Do you believe me now? GM Dave Ziegler and head coach Josh McDaniels came to the Las Vegas Raiders to build around and coach quarterback Derek Carr. They tried to trade for him when they were in New England with the Patriots. That's a big part of why owner Mark Davis hired them. It was Davis that urged then GM Reggie McKenzie to pick them in the first place. He actually wanted them in the first round, but McKenzie was able to hold them off until round 2. And after watching Matthew Stafford, who was in a similar situation with the Lions, win a Super Bowl in his first year with another organization, Davis brought the other organization to him, then signed him to the big contract he deserves. Davis knows how much his organization has let Carr down. He's on the 6th head coach and 5th offensive coordinator, having Greg Olsen twice. After he finished 3rd in NFL MVP voting in 2016, then head coach Jack Del Rio fired his offensive coordinator. That would lead to Del Rio getting fired himself. Then John Gruden got off the retirement couch to try his hand, and it was ugly in the beginning. The game had clearly passed Gruden by, and the first thing he did was handcuff Carr. He got rid of receivers Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree and edge rusher Khalil Mack. So Carr had a sorry defense and had to try to win with the washed-up Jordy Nelson. Then they tried Antonio Brown, and he flew over the cuckoo's nest. Then just as Gruden started to catch up to the game and 2020 first-round receiver Henry Ruggs emerged, Carr lost Gruden to controversy and Ruggs to tragedy. And after all that, he still wanted to be a Raider. He didn't try to force his way out like Deshaun Watson and Russell Wilson. There are some that say Davis drafted Carr because of Gruden, but that was not the case. Gruden pounded the table for Johnny Manziel that year as if he were still coaching the team. Carr was never really his guy. Every offseason, he was linked to another quarterback. He publicly talked about how much he loved Kyler Murray and Dwayne Haskins coming out of college. He loved Drew Lock too. He even signed 2015 number 2 overall Marcus Mariota, and he never came out and claimed Carr as his guy. So did Gruden really think that little of Carr? A lot of people seem to think so, but I don't necessarily agree with that. To me, it's not that he thought that little of Carr. He just thinks that much of himself. The NFL is a quarterback-driven league, so they are the stars, but no one was going to outshine Gruden, and he wasn't going to let anyone on the team feel like they were any more important than him. And if you think about it, that was the main reason why it didn't take Gruden very long to trade Mack when he held out. That was the biggest lesson McDaniels had to learn twice over. He would have done much better if he didn't screw things up with Jay Cutler and have to trade him. Say what you want about Cutler, but if he can win with Matt Castle, he could surely win with Cutler. And think about it. He started 6-0 with Kyle Orton. Oh yeah. He screwed up with star receiver at the time Brandon Marshall too. Either way, McDaniels came to Las Vegas now knowing the value of players. So while I believe McDaniels is genuinely excited to work with Carr, he expressed it and let everyone know right away that Carr is his guy. He and Ziegler even went out and got Carr's guy from Fresno State, Devontae Adams. Now the contract, which is $121 million over 3 years, is Davis. Trust me, no one made that decision for him. He knows what Carr has had to go through, and instead of seeing Carr go to a good coach and stack team somewhere else, he'd rather bring in a good coach and stack the team here. Here's Carr himself on the journey to getting this well-deserved contract.
As you know, man, it's been crazy, this journey, and we feel like in the last couple of years we've been trending in the right direction. And for me, it says so much about a lot of things. There's a lot of coaches you got to prove it to. There's a lot of GMs that you have to prove it to. It's been a lot of turnover. It's a lot of different players that you play with, and to still be able to be here, it means something to me because, I understand if someone came in, they want somebody new, I get it, but the fact that they keep, believing in me and, watching the tape and saying, wow, we want you to be here for some more years or some more time, that means more to me, way more to me than any of the other stuff that it has to do with, I've only wanted to be a Raider, and I told my agent, I said, I'm either going to be a Raider or I'm going to be playing golf. I don't want to play anywhere else. That's how much this place means to me, and I don't get really fired up talking about it or anything like that, but I hope people can hear my heart on that I was dead serious when I meant that. And so, I had 1 year left on my contract. If it was 1 year, it was going to be 1 year, thankfully it'll be 4 more, and I can, hopefully we can, build on that, and I can finish and just, do what I set out to do, 9 years ago, and that is to win a championship. But that doesn't happen unless, you put a lot of work in, and we have a long way to go before that can happen.
Well, McDaniels has been saying Carr's his guy since he's been here, and he's never talked about him like he's anything other than a franchise quarterback. And he's really Davis's guy, so here we are with a new contract to make it official. Haters, you're just going to have to live with it, because Carr's going to be here for at least another 4 years. And to Carr, I know you're not going to hear this, but for all that you've done and your loyalty to Raider Nation, thank you. You deserve that contract. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.